Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show tonight. Tonight we have a guest, Parker from Health Right 360. He's a what is your title?
Case manager.
He's a case manager for Health Right 360. So we're going to bring him on tonight and allow him to talk to the community, and we want to give some information that you don't know, and we're going to allow you to get it from someone that works in the program and kind of relax you a little bit. So welcome to the show, Parker.
Thank you so much.
We want to bring you on and give you a title and what you do in Health Right 360.
All right. My name is Parker Ho. I am actually a care coordinator with Health Right 360, which is formerly Walden House.
Okay.
I oversee with a coworker of mine the STOP contract, which basically is a contract that oversees the transition of individuals returning from prison from life sentences.
Okay. So guys coming home, women as well coming home from prison,
Yes.
they come to Walden House Health Right 360, and they are put into programs, giving programs that they have to complete in order to be successful at that stage.
Yes. So there is a total of a 6 month transition period. The first 3 months, the individual will parole from the prison, go directly to our inpatient facility, where they will spend 3 months programming there. Then, once that 90 days is over, they will transition to where I am, into our outpatient services facility, where they will be transitioned with us into outpatient and into transitional housing on Treasure Island.
Okay, so the program that you offer a variety of programs. As a matter of fact, I went to the program myself, and I can say there's some outstanding programs for people that's coming home from prison after a long period of time. Because coming home from prison, being gone for 20 and 30, 40 years, you come into a society where you're not part of it again. You got to get reacquainted to it again. So the programs that you have, you offer, what programs do you offer?
So we do psychoeducational groups to help with the transition, so to speak. We do stuff, that's really geared towards substance addiction and alcoholism. We do groups like Stages of Change. We do relapse prevention, anger management, DBT, and stuff like that.
Okay. So we have the lifers coming home. Now, the lifers been in prison. They go to prison for a long period of time, and they have to work to get out of prison. They have to They have to start a transition in prison in order to get out of prison. Now, coming home, the transition continues after they come home, because they come into Health Right 360 with programs that they have to go through in order to complete the program. How do you see long-term offenders adjusting to their communities after long periods of time?
Um, hmm. Honestly, just going on the individuals that I've worked with, I would say probably like 99% of them transition pretty well. I think that they're prepared, pretty well before they even get to the gate to come home. They do a lot of work on themselves, and so to me, it's like, you know, honestly, with all the individuals that I work with at outpatient, the stop clients are probably the easiest clients to work with.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, because and it really amazes me because these guys have been gone for 20, 30, 40 years out of society. They come home, and they just, it's like they come home, they hit the ground running, and they do what they got to do. They get jobs, and they're paying their taxes, and they're doing everything that I would say America would want any of its citizens to be doing. They're doing it.
Yeah, that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear coming from a person that works in Health Right 360
Oh, yeah.
as part of the program. That's really good to hear because society, see, lifers we've been stereotyped.
Oh, yeah.
We say that well, they go into prison, they're monsters, they should never get out. In a lot of cases, that's true, right? But in most cases, it's not, because when a person commits a crime, whatever crime it may be, some commit worse crimes than others, but a person goes temporarily insane, right? And they go into prison and they realize what they've done, and they're remorseful for it. They're ashamed, embarrassed from what they've done, even to their families, and that's something that they have to live with for the rest of their life. But after coming through the system, they start rehabilitating themselves. CDC doesn't do it. They definitely don't do it. So the individuals start rehabilitating themselves, go to programs, better themselves, because they know sooner or later they're going to get out.
Yeah.
They don't know when, but they know sooner or later they're going to get out. So they have to go into programs and start bettering themselves. So when they do come out, that temporary insanity, they're back. A lot of people in society, they went insane and they never come back. So give a person an opportunity to come back in society and be part of society.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. So and I've been saying this all along, is that it's amazing to watch these guys, because the way that I see it is that you're right. They had that period in their life where they did kind of have that temporary insanity, as you put it. But they worked on themselves. They worked on the feelings that they experienced behind that, the shame, the guilt, the remorse. They worked through that stuff, and now they served their time.
exactly.
And to me, it's like, that's what we have to remember here. They served their time.
Exactly.
And now they're back, and all and all they're doing is just trying to make a life for themselves. Maybe one out of all the ones that I've been working with over the past year really feels like they want to go out and make $1 trillion. But the rest of them, all they want is to have a simple life, to have a job,
Right.
to be able to have a place to live,
Right.
to pay the rent, not to cut corners,
Exactly.
and just be kind of like alive and live.
Exactly.
They've been kind of in prison all this time. Kind of, this was a dream
It
to
was.
them. It was a far off dream
Exactly.
to them, and now they're here, and they're doing everything that they said they wanted to do.
Right.
They're doing it.
Right.
They're
right.
doing it.
Yeah. Yes. It's real. It's simple, because the lifer goes away, and as you said, a dream. The lifer dreams every day
Yeah.
of what he want to do, what he might not never do again, might not ever see a beach again, walk in the sand, might not never do it again. That's a dream, but when it becomes a reality and he's able to do it, he sets himself up for that challenge of going out, walking the beach again, being part of society, being remorseful for the crime that he committed. And it'll be, it come to the point to where he'll make amends for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So an opportunity is given going in front of the Board of Prison Terms, and they take that opportunity and run with it. Coming home, being part of society, because a lifer's dream is to get back and give back. That's what a lifer's dream is, to get back and give back.
Yeah.
And the lifers that I know quite a few lifers that's come home, that's all they do. They just give back.
A lot of humility.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
give back because, a life was taken. That could never change, but it was taken. And that's something that they'll always have in their mind, the life that would never go home to their loved ones,
Yeah.
And they're able to go home. So that's something that they live with every day, is to come back into society and be part of the society and give back, and it's just that simple,
Yeah.
So we want to thank Health Right, okay, because Health Right is an outstanding program. It really is. It's an outstanding program. Every lifer that comes home from prison, that's going into Health Right, they have nothing but good things to say about Health Right, because it's a good program, other than the drug program for the lifers. Some things need to be tweaked a little bit. They're working on that.
Yeah.
So in time that'll change to where they'll be able to come home, because when they send the lifers home this time, they weren't ready for them. They just kicked them out, sent them to Health Right. They weren't ready for them.
Yeah.
So it was an overflow all at one time. So the programs that they just had the programs, and we have this offer, but they're slowly but surely tweaking it the way it should be.
Yeah, so you're right. And thank you. But we definitely had to make some adjustments here and there. It was never kind of like an easy flowing thing to get this going right, and we still have a lot of adjustments that we have to make, especially when it comes to the housing component. I think the housing part is probably the biggest barrier that we're facing right now when it comes to our participants who are stopped. I would say housing in general in San Francisco is an issue.
Outrageous.
Yeah, it's and so it's made it very challenging for us to make that transition for them as smooth as possible. It's we've been doing it though. We've been doing it slowly but surely. You know what I mean? It's not always necessarily what maybe each individual wants as far as an outcome. You know what I mean? But it's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. We're making adjustments to our sober living, spaces on Treasure Island, and so it's over these last few months, it just seems to just kind of start to get a little easier and easier, but it's still challenging.
Right. Well, anything that you want better, you got to work for. You
Yeah.
know, it just doesn't just come. Oh man, you have to work for it, and Health Right is making it to where things are getting better.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people at the very beginning they griped about it, but slowly but surely, as the wheel turns, it turns a little faster and gets
Yeah.
better. So it's getting better with the time, and they're to be commended for that.
Yeah.
The effort that they're doing to make things better for the long-term offenders coming home. I call it return citizens coming back to society. But we have a lot of people coming home from prison. A lot of people coming home. Doors are finally opening to allow people to come home that's completed their time.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And so we need to kind of better the housing in San Francisco. They have a lot of programs for housing, but there's no really housing in San Francisco. They got the mayor's program. They got the Section 8 program. They got a lot of programs, but there's no housing in San Francisco. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. But I guess they have a plan for it to work.
I hope so.
They have a plan
I
for
hope
it to
so.
work. Yeah.
Because whatever they're doing now, it's not, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
pretty bad here.
Yeah, the property in San Francisco is sky high. You can't get a single room under $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
So the property is sky high in San Francisco, and they want you to come home. And if you're paroled in San Francisco, they want you to live in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So if you come home, they want to give you a spot, and they don't want to see you in a tent. So you have to come home to something in San Francisco.
Yeah. Well, that's so, I mean, definitely we're having our challenges with housing, but in a lot of the other areas, I'd have to say that we're pretty progressive
Yes.
when it comes to the resources that we're able to supply these individuals with. One resource in particular that really has been a blessing and a godsend has been it's a program that's kind of that works with City College of San Francisco, and it's called City Build.
City Bill.
And what it is it basically it will take an individual and train them in one of the many trades, 1, 2, 3, of all kinds of different trades actually. And once they get through the schooling training component of it, then they are referred over to companies that are union jobs that will give them union jobs. And and it's really been a blessing. I've watched guys go through the program and come out of it making more money than I make. I mean, these guys are starting off at like $17, $18, $19 and getting that annual raise, and it really is a blessing to see this, because it really supplies hope
It does.
with a person,
does.
And to me, that's the main component right there. Is if you give somebody hope, then they can just fly
Exactly.
sky high.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
There's no limits to what
There's
they
no
can
limit.
do.
And,
Yes.
and then this is all that a lifer needs and wants coming
Mm-hmm.
home from prison. They just want just a little room
Yeah.
so they can move, maneuver.
Yeah.
Because we already have plans. We have plans already. You just want a little room so we can maneuver and make those plans become
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
And coming into the health right, going into the program, those groups, you have that time to think, to talk to people that's been in the same rut that you've been in, and you have that I use the word metamorphosis real loose because that's what I went to, a metamorphosis. You have that room to change, from who you were to who you are now,
Yeah.
and it can continue, right? Because our goals are to become better every day, not just we're good. No, we become better every day. It's an ongoing process, work in progress, I call it. And it's a continue on cycle. And that's what we do. I wanna continue because leaving here, you got to leave it with something. You got to leave a legacy for your grandchildren and your children,
Yeah.
if you have any. So we have to leave something behind, saying that he went to prison for a period of time, but he came out this way, and he continued as he lived. So that's
I
what we
agree.
have to do.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, the program here is a program that we want people to watch and look at because we bring people on our show that has information that society, the community needs to know, and we want to give them opportunity to hear from someone that's a part of these programs, to give them the information not coming from us, giving them the information that they have to give people in the community, in the neighborhoods, the information that's real. Not hearing from somebody on the other side, hearing somebody that's living it. So we want to commend you for coming on to the show this evening.
Thank you so much.
And being part of this and allowing the community to understand that, the monsters that went in, I think they stayed in. And once they came out, they did the metamorphosis, like from a butterfly, from a cocoon to a butterfly.
Yes,
And
they
that's
did.
what we've done. We come home to be better citizens, better taxpayers, better people in communities to make a difference. So we want to thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you so much.
And being part of this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so thank you. So we're gonna ask for you to come back in some months.
Okay.
We ask you to come back in some months because this is ongoing. We want people to understand that the changes
Yeah.
over a period of months
Yeah.
that the life will go through.
Yeah. Hopefully this next year coming up, hopefully we can get other things in place, and who knows,
Right,
get more people out.
right. Exactly, because they're coming home in a large number.
Yes.
People going in and people
They're
coming
coming.
out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you for coming on tonight, Parker.
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you coming on. And we ask that you look at our show on Saturday nights at 7 o'clock on channel 2976. It comes on again on Sunday at 6 in the morning, and it comes on again on Monday at 1 o'clock. So look at the show. Tell your neighbor, tell some relatives, tell people about our program, because this program is a program that needs to be told to people in society. People need to watch the program because we're giving information that's current, that's real information, and you have the right to know who's coming home from prison. You have opportunity in getting it from the person on this side that lived it. Thank you and have a good weekend.